Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs 2020-21. In this video, we'll be discussing another 10 topics of environment ecology. And the 10 topics of discussions are: India adds a high altitude wetland complex to the Ramsar List. Innovation challenge for developing portable devices to test drinking water quality. New species of sunrose found in the Eastern Ghats. Nacaduba, Sinhala, Ramaswamii, Sadasivan. Central Pollution Control Board organized 33rd Analytical Quality Control exercise. United States and Paris Climate Agreement. Indo-French Year of the Environment. International Blue Flag hoisted at 8 beaches across the country. Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat. So these are the 10 topics of discussion. The first one is India adds a high altitude wetland complex to Ramsar List. India had added Sokar Wetlands Complex to the Ramsar List, that is TSOKR. Sokar Wetland Complex, site number 2443 on the list of wetland of international importance, is found at more than 4,500 meters above sea level in the Chengtang region of Ladakh. The complex includes two connected lakes, the freshwater Stersapuk Zoo and the larger hypersaline Sokar. It presents a notable example of two such lakes existing in close proximity. So here Ramsar List as such is very important from UPSC point of view, and at the same time the Ramsar List of India is very significant too. So India has added Sokar Wetland Complex to the Ramsar List as a current discussion, and Sokar Wetland Complex is found at more than 4,500 meters above sea level in the Chengtang region of Ladakh. That is the current discussion about. The name Sokar refers to the white salt efflorescence on the margin of the lake caused by the evaporation of the saline waters. The local climate is arid and glacial meltwater is the primary water source for the lakes. The lakes, and in particular the presence of freshwater, attract biodiversity in a biologically sparse region. So the name of Sokar refers to the white salt efflorescence of the margin of the lake caused by the evaporation of the saline water. The local climate is arid and glacial meltwater is the primary water source for the lakes. The lakes, and in particular the presence of freshwater, attract biodiversity in a biologically sparse region. Inhabiting the sites are numerous threatened species, including the endangered Saker falcon and Asiatic wild dog or dhole and the vulnerable snow leopard. So inhabiting the sites are numerous threatened species, including endangered Saker falcon, that is Saker falcon, and Asiatic wild dog or dhole and the vulnerable snow leopard. The site also acts as an important stopover ground for migratory birds along the Central Asian flyway and is one of the most important breeding area in India for the black-necked crane. Now, lot of species, as like I mentioned, that is black-necked crane, Saker falcon, Asiatic wild dog or dhole, and the vulnerable snow leopard, all are in discussion. So all the species in UPSC point of view is very important. Now, what is Ramsar Convention? The fundamental GK. The Convention on Wetland is an intergovernmental treaty that provides the framework for national action and international cooperation for the conservation and wise use of wetland and their resources. The convention was adopted in the Iranian city of Ramsar in 1971 and came into force in 1975. Since then, almost 90% of UN member states from all the world geographic region have acceded to become contracting parties. So the Convention on Wetland is an intergovernmental treaty that provides the framework for national action and international cooperation for the conservation and wise use of wetland and their resources. The convention was adopted in the Iranian city of Ramsar in 1971. So right from 1971 to 2021, it is 50 years. So it's very important from UPSC preliminary point of view and mains point of view, the Ramsar Convention on Wetland. So 81, 91, 2001 and 71, that is 81, 91, 2001, 2011 and 2021. So it is 50 years. So the convention was adopted in the Iranian city of Ramsar in 1971 and came into force in 1975. Since then, almost 90% of UN member states from all the world geographic region have acceded to become contracting parties. So Ramsar Convention on Wetland is significant. The contracting parties implement the Convention on Wetlands in their territories and collaborate on shared projects. The government agency responsible for its national application is known as the country's administrative authority. This agency appoints a national focal point to coordinate national implementation and act as the daily contact point. Every 3 years, the parties meet at the conference of the contracting parties where they adopt decisions to administer the convention and guide its implementation. So that is about the Ramsar Convention. So every 3 years, the parties meet at the conference of the contracting party, that is what called the COP, where they adopt decisions to administer the convention and guide its implementation. A Ramsar site is a wetland site designated to be of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. The convention entered into force in India on 1st February 1982. India currently has 42 sites. In 1981, Chilka Lake was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. So Ramsar Convention from UPSC point of view is very important. The fundamentals, the GK and the current affair as such is significant. Next point is innovation challenge for developing portable device to test drinking water quality. National Jal Jeevan Mission has launched an innovation challenge in partnership with Department of Promotion of Industry and International Trade to develop portable devices for water testing. The main objective of the exercise is to bring an innovative, modular and cost-effective solution to develop portable devices that can be used at the household level to test the drinking water quality instantly, easily and accurately. So the National Jal Jeevan Mission has launched an innovation challenge in partnership with Department of Promotion and Industry and Internal Trade to develop portable devices for water testing. So that is right from the side of innovation challenge for developing portable device to test drinking water quality. So here the first important thing is what is National Jal Jeevan Mission. In the earlier video I explained what is Jal Jeevan Mission is about. So here the National Jal Jeevan Mission has launched an innovation challenge in partnership with the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade to develop portable device for water testing. The main objective of the exercise is to bring an innovative, modular and cost-effective solution to develop portable devices that can be used at the household level to test the drinking water quality instantly, easily and accurately. The aim of the innovation challenge is to ensure that water sources are tested at various locations at different levels, thereby helping the policy framers to design programs which address the water contamination issues. The National Jal Jeevan Mission invites applicants to join the innovation challenge to develop portable devices for water testing and become a part of this life-changing Jan Andolan. The Uniform Drinking Water Quality Protocol 2019 has specified some important parameters to be monitored for assuring portability of drinking water as per BIS IS 10500 2012 and subsequent amendments. So that's about the discussion, and in newspaper you can see 13 water quality parameters under Jal Jeevan Mission in this particular manner. At the same side in the website also you can see the pH value, the total dissolved solid, the turbidity, the chloride, all those are significant from UPSC preliminary point of view. So what should be the total alkalinity, what is the total hardness, what is the sulfate content, what should be the iron content, what is total arsenic possibility, what about fluoride, what about nitrate, and total coliform bacteria and E. coli of thermotolerant coliform bacteria not detectable in any 100 ml sample. So this is the 13 water quality parameters under Jal Jeevan Mission. So the 13 water quality parameters under Jal Jeevan Mission should be very clear about the total alkalinity, total hardness, sulfate, iron, total arsenic, fluoride, nitrate, total coliform bacteria and E. coli or thermotolerant coliform bacteria, pH value, total dissolved solid, turbidity, chloride. So all those are significant from UPSC point of view. Now what is Jal Jeevan Mission, JJM? The Jal Jeevan Mission is a national mission to provide potable water on tap to every household by 2024. The aim of the mission is to provide every rural household potable tap water in adequate quantity and of prescribed quality on a regular and long-term basis. Water quality testing is one of the priority area under Jal Jeevan Mission, the flagship program of the Union government. So as like I mentioned before, what is Jal Jeevan Mission? What is the objective of Jal Jeevan Mission? Is a national mission to provide potable water on tap to every household by 2024. The aim of the mission is to provide every household potable tap water in adequate quantity and of prescribed quality on a regular and long-term basis. Water quality testing is one of the priority area under Jal Jeevan Mission, the flagship program of the Union government. The next discussion is about new species of sunrose found in the Eastern Ghats. Botanists have discovered a new species of wild sunrose from the Eastern Ghats in India. So it's a basic current affairs, a new species that is what called wild sunrose from the Eastern Ghats in India. The new species named Patulaka lalji discovered from the Pragasam district of Andhra Pradesh. The details of the discovery has been published in the Journal of Asia Pacific Biodiversity in an article titled A New Species of the Genus Patulaka from the Eastern Ghats, India. So that is about the new species of sunrose found in the Eastern Ghats. So it's have a tuberous root, no hair in its leaf axils, a reddish pink flower, foliage shaped fruits, copper brown seeds without luster. These morphological features distinguish the species from other species of genus Patulaka. So that is the basic unique features of this particular species. Next is Nacaduba, sinhala, ramaswamii, Sadasivan. A group of Lepidopterus have added a species to the expanding list of butterflies in India. The discovery of the species Nacaduba, sinhala, ramaswamii, Sadasivan 2021 in the Agasthyamala in the Western Ghats a decade ago has now found place in the Journal of Threatened Taxa. The new taxon of lacanic butterflies belong to the Nacaduba genus. So the term Nacaduba, UPSC can ask the term Nacaduba as such is in discussion what is about, or Nacaduba genus is in discussion what is about, or Sinhala, Ramaswamii, Sadasivan. So here it is a group of Lepidopterus have added a species to the expanding list of butterflies in India. The discovery of the species Nacaduba, sinhala, ramaswamii, Sadasivan 2021 in the Agasthyamala in the Western Ghats a decade ago has now found place in the Journal of Threatened Taxa. The new taxon of lacanid butterflies belong to the Nacaduba genus. Line blues are small butterflies belonging to the subfamily Lacanidae, and their distribution ranges from India and Sri Lanka to the whole of Southeastern Asia, Australia and Samoa. So line blues are small butterflies belong to the subfamily Lacanidae, and their distribution ranges from India, Sri Lanka to the whole of Southeast Asia and Australia. It is the first time that a butterfly species was discovered by an All India research team from the Western Ghats. So that is the news. That is, it is the first time that a butterfly species was discovered by an All India research team from the Western Ghats. Lepidopterology is a branch of entomology and concerning the scientific study of moths and 3 superfamilies of butterflies. So I use this term before, that is lepidopterology, that is a branch of entomology concerning the scientific study of moths and the 3 superfamilies of butterflies. Next discussion is Central Pollution Control Board organized 33rd Analytical Quality Control exercise. The Instrumentation Laboratory of Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi, has organized the 33rd Analytical Quality Control AQC exercise for trace metal parameters for environmental laboratories of Central and State Pollution Control Boards, Pollution Control Board Control Committees and EPA recognized private labs. So the discussion is Central Pollution Control Board organized 33rd Analytical Quality Control exercise. So the Instrumentation Laboratory of Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi, has organized the 33rd Analytical Quality Control exercise for trace metal parameters for environmental laboratories of Central and State Pollution Control Boards, Pollution Control Committee and EPA recognized private labs. The main objective of the AQC program is to continuously monitor the accuracy and reliability of the analytical data generated by these laboratories to help to improve the infrastructure of laboratories and the quality of data. The AQC exercise will help evaluate the performance of participating laboratories in terms of analytical activities, the robustness of instruments used for sample analysis, and the expertise of manpower engaged in the laboratory. It will also help to ensure the reliability of the analyzed data for an informed and conclusive decision for the prevention and control of pollution. So that's about the basic discussion, that is Central Pollution Control Board organized 33rd Analytical Quality Control exercise. 145 laboratories including all the central and state board laboratories, Pollution Control Committee and EPA approved laboratories are participating in the 33rd AQC program. The exercise is being conducted with in-house expertise and following the international norms with utmost care. The laboratories would analyze AQC samples and communicate the test result on or before the due date. The performance of each laboratory would be evaluated based on scores, and the scorecards would be sent by the end of 31st of March 2021. The metals included in the 33rd AQC exercise are total arsenic, cadmium, total chromium, copper, iron, manganese, nickel, lead, zinc for the lead and zinc for the assessment of pollution in air and water. So all this are significant from UPSC point of view. The metals included in the 33rd AQC exercise, from preliminary point of view, UPSC asked this same content before too. So the metal included in the 33rd AQC exercise are total arsenic, cadmium, total chromium, copper, iron, manganese, nickel, lead and zinc. So there's 9 metal. There should be clarity in the mind of the aspirants. Next topic of discussion, United States and Paris Climate Agreement. Joe Biden assumed office as President of United States on January 20, 2021, and among the first orders he signed was one to restore America's participation in United Nations Paris Agreement on climate change. His decision will take effect on 19 February 2020, which would be 107 days after his withdrawal under the Donald Trump administration became formal on November 4, 2020. So here again, Paris climate as it is in discussion. So UPSC can ask basic fundamentals related to Paris Climate Agreement, or they can ask the current details related to Paris Climate Agreement. Anyway, Joe Biden assumed office as President of United States of America, and his first order he signed to restore America's participation in United Nations Paris Agreement on climate change. Now, the basic decade behind, under President Barack Obama, the US played an active role in climate negotiation, although the Copenhagen UN Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC conference in 2009 failed to produce a consensus, and member countries only acknowledged the science without committing themselves to greenhouse gas emission reduction targets. By 2015, the negotiations progressed with the Obama administration engaging in diplomacy, resulting in the Paris Agreement premised on voluntary targets for national emission cuts. In the past, the US under George W. Bush had pulled out of the previous pact, the Kyoto Protocol, in 2001. So the work by George W. Bush, at the same time, what is a contribution from the side of Barack Obama, what's a contribution from the side of Donald Trump, at the same time what Joe Biden as it is doing. So all this president's work in connection with controlling the global warming and addressing the climate change issue is significant. Next is Indo-French Year of the Environment. Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Sri Prakash Javadekar, and Ms. Barbara Pombili, the French Minister for Ecological Transition, launched the Indo-French Year of the Environment in New Delhi. So that is about Indo-French Year of the Environment. Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Sri Prakash Javadekar, and Ms. Barbara Pombili, the French Minister for Ecological Transition, launched the Indo-French Year of the Environment in New Delhi. The basic objective is to strengthen Indo-French cooperation in the sustainable development, increase the effectiveness of action in favor of global environment protection, and give them greater visibility. The Indo-French Year of the Environment over the period 2021-22 would be based on 5 main themes. One is environmental protection, second one is climate change, third one is biodiversity conservation, fourth is sustainable urban development, and fifth one is development of renewable energies and energy efficiency. So Indo-French Year of the Environment over the period 2021-22 would be based on 5 main themes, that is environmental protection, climate change, biodiversity conservation, sustainable urban development, development of renewable energies, and energy efficiency. It's also a platform for engaging in discussions on critical areas of collaboration relating to environment and allied areas. From the French side, it will be held under the aegis of the Ministry of Ecological Transition in close collaboration with the Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs with the support of the Embassy of France in Delhi and its partners. So that is about Indo-French Year of the Environment and the 5 main themes in connection with the Indo-French Year of Environment of the period 2021-22. Next is International Blue Flag hoisted at 8 beaches across the country. Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Sri Prakash Javadekar virtually hoisted the international blue flags in 8 beaches across the country. India sets up an ambitious target of getting the coveted tag for 100 more beaches in the next 3 years. India secured the International Blue Flag certification for these beaches on 6 October 2020 when an international jury comprising of members organizations UNEP, UNWTO, UNESCO, IUCN, ILS, FEE, etc. announced the award at Copenhagen, Denmark. In earlier discussion also, in detail I told what is International Blue Flag certification is about and which are the organization behind and what is FEE is about in detail we discussed. Now, Blue Flag certification is a globally recognized eco label accorded by Foundation for Environment Education in Denmark, that is what called FEE, Foundation for Environment Education in Denmark, based on 33 stringent criteria. It is a global recognition of India's conservation and sustainable development efforts. And we discussed what is BEAMS in our earlier discussion, that is a beach environment and aesthetic management services. India started its journey of sustainable development of coastal regions on World Environment Day in June 2018 by launching its beach cleaning campaign, I am saving my beach, simultaneously at 13 coastal states, and thereafter implementing ministry's coveted program BEAMS. So what is BEAMS? That is Beach Environment and Aesthetics Management Services that we discussed in detail. Next is Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary or Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. The tribal communities have been protesting and urging sender to withdraw the sender's notification classifying 121 villages around the Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary in Narmada district as eco-sensitive zones. Tribals, especially from the Tadwi and Wasawa communities, have been on the urge ever since Kavadia, sleeping village in Nando Taluka of Narmada district, was developed into a tourism circuit around the Statue of Unity. So this is the discussion about. So Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary is in discussion. The tribal communities have been protesting and urging sender to withdraw the sender's notification classifying 121 villages around the Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary in Narmada districts as eco-sensitive zones. Tribals, especially from the Tadwi and Wasawa communities, have been on the edge ever since Kavadia, a sleepy village in Nando Taluka of Narmada district, was developed into a tourism circuit around the Statue of Liberty, so Statue of Unity. So that is the discussion about. So the reason for the protest, as per the provision of the notification, land falling in the eco-sensitive zone, including land belonging to the Forest Department, Horticulture Department, and that used for agriculture use, and plots reserved for parks, cannot be transferred for non-agriculture use for commercial, industrial or residential purposes unless state government's approval. So that is the basic reason for their protest. A process has been initiated to include the state government as the control of the land in the 121 villages. They feel the simultaneous implementation of the two government decisions could dilute the power vested with the villages under the Panchayat Extension of Scheduled Areas Act 1996, implemented in areas notified under Schedule 5 of the Constitution. So that is about the reason for the protest. Now, Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary is in discussion, so we should have an idea of what is it. So it's a protected area in India's Gujarat state, located in the western Satpura range south of the Narmada river. The sanctuary was first created in 1982 over an area of 150 square kilometer as the Dunkar Sanctuary, an important home for the sloth bears. Subsequently, in 1987 and 1989, the area of the sanctuary was enlarged to 607 square kilometer and it was renamed as Shoolpaneshwar Sanctuary. So what is Shoolpaneshwar Sanctuary? It's a protected area in India's Gujarat state, located in the western Satpura range south of the Narmada river. The sanctuary was first created in 1982 over an area of 150 square kilometer as Dumkal Sanctuary, an important home for sloth bears. Subsequently, in 1987 and 1989, the area of the sanctuary was enlarged to 607 square kilometer and it was renamed as Shoolpaneshwar Sanctuary. So it was, before it was Dumkal Sanctuary, now it is Shoolpaneshwar Sanctuary. The forest area, rated as one of the best and thickest in the state, is spread over an area which includes a major watershed feeding two major reservoirs with the Rajpipla Hills as backdrop. Fauna such as sloth bear, leopard, rhesus macaw, common mongoose, Indian civet cat, Indian porcupine, four-horned antelope, barking deer, chital, pangolin, flying squirrel, python snakes, lizards, tortoise, etc. found here. The sanctuary has the rare distinction of having flying squirrel too. So that is about Shoolpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is having high biodiversity. At the same time, it is having the distinction of having flying squirrel too. And the last topic of discussion is Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat. The critically endangered Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat Conservation India Trust was recently picked for the lesser non-species grant by the Habitat Trust, which aimed to secure key habitats and indigenous species. So the critically endangered Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat is in discussion. Bat Conservation India Trust was recently picked for the lesser non-species grant by the Habitat Trust, which aimed to secure key habitats and indigenous species. Now, the Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat is said to have been first described in 1994 based on specimens collected from Terrahalli and Hanumanahalli and is unique among the Hippocetus family, and it has only one pair of supplementary leaflet around its nose leaf. So, a species called Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat as such is in discussion. It is found only in a cave on a small hillock in Hanumanahalli, which is surrounded by agricultural land. It is currently evaluated as critically endangered by the IUCN. So the species Kolar Leaf-Nosed Bat, and it is only found in a cave on a small hillock in Hanumanahalli. It is surrounded by agricultural land. It is currently evaluated as critically endangered by IUCN. So that species as such is in discussion. So that's all about environment ecology in this video. We'll be discussing the next 10 topics in the next video. So cover all the 10 topics at the same time. Watch the analysis video of environment ecology. You'll be getting complete clarity how UPSC frame a question right from current affairs, how UPSC questions from all these areas will be very clear when you watch the analysis video of environment ecology and the analysis videos of the rest. At the same time, keep an extra eye on the premium preliminary question paper, work on it and have an extra edge. So that's all for now. We'll meet in the next discussion with the next 10 topics of environment ecology. Thank you.